And welcome back. I decided last time that a little bit of early game looting and pillaging would be a good way to stock up on some stuff. Why have those two stacked, but that one had how perplexing. But yeah, stock up on some early game shit. So I'm just gonna have a little look around a few houses. This isn't a real door. Excuse me. Why wasn't that door real? This one is. I don't think I was aware that that was a thing in this game. That some houses are just fake. I know now though. I know now. I will take your little biscuits off the table. Hey. I would really look. Thank you. Cheers. Appreciate it. Good, he didn't see that. I mean, so far this has been a fairly underwhelming amount of looting I've been able to do in this house. I don't really want to start beef with the locals is the problem. It's going to be very easy to do with this amount of people around. Can he... He can see me loot this. Okay, good to know. There's a single flower in there. I'm just having a little look around, like, I may not commit to this, looting this house specifically. There's bread there, which is quite nice. There's meat in here with no big strong men to guard it. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run that back. We're gonna run that back and we're gonna do it right this time. We can get a biscuit, we can get a bread, we can get a meat. Honestly, that is gonna be enough food to see me through for a little while, so that is worth breaking into for, I think, personally. I could also sell the lockpick for a bit of money, but I don't think I'd be able to sell it for more, for enough to buy the amount of food I'm getting from this, you know. Plus there were some alpha tablets in there I can have as well, which is quite nice, you know, there's a lot of options. And then maybe I can just swing by the bottom floor and quickly loot a couple things before I have to run away from the big scary men, you know. That's the plan. That's the plan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm freaking y'all out so much. I think you just need to grow a spine, to be honest with you. You don't need a man to look after you. You're perfectly capable of defending your house yourself if you so desired. 3 coinage. Big meat. Nothing in there. Nothing in here. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's not a bad little haul, I suppose. Definitely better hauls. There's definitely many better hauls you can get in this game. But better than nothing, I suppose. And now that should have reset it hard enough that I can come back in again without getting punched, and I can quickly check. There's a hook in there. I want it. I wasn't prepared for there to actually be anything in there, so I didn't loot fast enough. But I'm going back in and I'm getting it. And didn't even get hit. Look at that. Smooth as butter. Right. Grub's up. Beautiful. We've still got 2 lockpicks left, so I might do a couple more houses as well. Might as well, right? What else have I got to do with my time here on day 1? Is this house profitable? A little bit of meat, a little bit more meat. A lemon? How exciting. What could possibly be better than a lemon? Can take that without him seeing. I can swipe that on the way out, that's fine. Have I been in here yet? Bandage, okay. Let's reset and grab that real quick. I don't have the FPS reflexes required for like opening and immediately clicking. Because there's no cursor on screen until you actually open a thing, so I never know where my cursor is going to be in preparation, so I can't sort of reflexively sort of move to the location I need it to be. You know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at here? You following my wavelength? Nothing in there. I guess I'll take your water, why not? Better than nothing. Another lemon? My. What a fucking citrusy street this one is. There'll be no scurvy here in this town. 3 coins, not worth it. Bail. Okay, I still want to grab that bit of meat off the table next to the dude though. Like even if he hits me, I think it's a worthwhile trade-off. But hopefully he didn't aggro from that. Oh, I think if there's nothing in the cupboard, then he doesn't care. But he cares about that. He cares about his steak. Understandably, honestly. Okay, that should do my hunger for now. And I still have 1 lockpick left, right? Yeah. I guess the ones you start with stack for some reason. I don't know where I got the other one from. It must have been in a bin or something. I think you can occasionally find lockpicks in bins. Or possibly the knife guy dropped it actually. So I guess we'll do one more. We'll do one more. We'll use up all our lockpicks. I might regret that later, but they're not the hardest things in the world to come across, so. If I need more, it can be arranged. Okay. Now this is a bountiful harvest. Very good. There'll be a man in here, I think. Yep, but I can check that before I have to... Wait, you won't aggro because there's nothing in it, right? Beautiful. Upstairs. I think is this a 3-story house? Oh no, this is one of these houses. Quite common to find one of these girls in one of these, but it seems like food is more common just lying out at the start of the game like this. I think the items that spawn in houses change as you progress through the game, and you get like more like valuable stuff like weapons and clothing and stuff in houses more often later in the game, whereas at the start it's mostly just food and a bit of medicine. I might be completely off-pissed with that one, but that's sort of how it feels. Both of these two are going to aggro as soon as I loot this. So I'd kind of like this guy to patrol backwards a bit, if we can encourage that. Doesn't look like he moves though, he seems to be pretty stationary. Nothing to trade him for, so... Fuck it, I think we can do it. Nothing in it anyway. What a miserable experience. Are you okay over there? Are you fine? You seem fine. I think she's fine. Don't worry about her. Yeah, that house was alright, I suppose. Got a few bits in the kitchen at least, if not much else beyond that. Right, we'll call that a successful lockpicking endeavour. I need to get my reputation up, clearly. They were right about it slowly ticking down, I think. I'm pretty sure it's pretty certain it was higher earlier. But as to how I'm going to do that, I think all I can really do is wait till night time and do some fightings. Do a bit of scrapping. Allow my divine fists to pummel some sense and some devotion to the Lord into some of these foul creatures of the night. Knife men do exist on night 1, right? I'm not getting overly excited about nothing here. I don't know why I'm checking these bins, I've already done this. Don't really know what I'm doing at all right now, to be honest, aside from just sort of waiting. Just sort of waiting. I feel like we are rapidly advancing on night time. It's at least evening at this point. I'll take both of those, thank you. Thank you. the sun has most definitely gone down, but I don't know if we're quite late enough to be spawning knife men yet. Not sure I ever looted this bin, that's why I just walked all the way over here. Ah, wow, what a haul. How exciting. Do I have any money at all? Do I have anything I can sell for money? These are all... except possibly the bone necklace and the kerosene, which I think I must have started with, inexplicably. I think these are all quite useful for trading. Just wondering if there's anything I can sell, so I can just buy some food while it's day one and food is still cheap. Might be worth just flogging a few bits and pieces, even maybe some bandages. Like, I think food is more important than medicine at the moment, at least. So it might be worth offloading a few medical supplies in exchange for food, potentially. Useless. Because day one is the only day in this game where food can be described in any meaningful way as cheap. Oh, really? I guess it's irrelevant because my reputation isn't high enough to buy any food, so... That's an extra fucking limiter on the Changeling's powers, that is. That's... The game's working overtime to fully suppress her abilities. Make this game just that little bit harder for that final playthrough. Because I don't think it's... Like, I don't think I've got any means of getting my reputation any higher than it currently is. I mean, it might have been a little bit higher. I think it has ticked down slightly, but... I certainly couldn't have maxed my reputation or anything at this point, because there just aren't enough enemies around to beat, or enough quests around to do, so, like... It's just like a straight up, no, the Changeling can't buy food while food is cheap, sort of hard line to take. Just want to real quick stop by on a friend of mine. I can't remember if you can loot this guy's house or not. Oh, you can. Okay. Brilliant. You might not have much, but anything free is fine by me. Because it rhymes. That's the only reason. Well, when I say he hasn't got much, I was not kidding. This guy's actually got a colossal amount of jack shit, doesn't he? Holy heck. That's 5 coins I've got out of this. Truly a worthwhile endeavour. I didn't mean to press that button. I really just came in here to speak to the dude though. To speak to the great hunchback himself. Because he's not a character who's around for very long. So if I can do anything with him, I want to establish what that is and maybe take steps to do so. I.e. trade for useful supplies. Which is something I did not take enough advantage of. He's not here, I don't think. This is his room where he's normally hanging out. I became very aware of that when I looted those tablets and suddenly expected him to come and tackle me, but yeah, he's just not here. There is no hunchback. This is just an empty house in the Changeling's playthrough, I guess. I don't know if the meager supplies I was able to loot from here will respawn every day, so I can just swing by and get a few bits of free stuff. It's possible. But not probable. Definitely haven't done much looting around the stoneyard though, so I guess while I continue to wait for knife men to spawn, I'll engage in a bit of bin fiddling. Beautiful. Razor blades, relatively useful I guess, because you can trade stuff with the blonde kids, the street rats. Nice rat sound effect to accompany those words, thank you game. Yep. Okay, now it's gotta be night time. Now it's gotta be. But yeah, mostly on the hunt for sewing needles. Sewing noodles, I almost said. Sewing needles, hooks, and 3 types of nut. I believe that's all you can trade to the young girls. Possibly flowers as well, actually. Yeah, I think flowers are actually also an option. But I believe those only drop off dead women. I don't think you can find them in bins, so I'm less likely to just stumble upon them at the moment. Kind of tempted to go up the polyhedron and see if I can speak with Khan. Probably not is the thing, and it's a huge, colossal waste of time to walk all the way up there and all the way back down again. But I don't know, because the Changeling is technically, I guess, a child. I mean, she's, I don't know what she's meant to be, like 15 or something, probably. Somewhere around that age. I don't know if she'll be allowed in the polyhedron. Which of course is normally locked off to adults. But at the same time, I am like an outsider who could be contaminated and bring the plague into the polyhedron, so they may not be super willing to let me just roll up inside. Bring death and disease everywhere I go, you know. Doing pretty well on the water at least, so I should have a pretty healthy stock of bandages if nothing else. I think I must have looted pretty much every bin in the entire game here on day 1. Pretty good going if I do say so myself. But now I am officially out of shit to do. Monstrously out of shit to do. What is the time? Like it's 10:30. Surely the knife men have got to be out by now. I know they're a lot rarer at the beginning of the game, like aggressors become more and more common as the game progresses, so it might take me a little while to find some, but I've got to be able to find 2 or 3 at least tonight. Just make myself a little bit of money, maybe find some lockpicks or something. In the meantime, we walk. We pace the streets, getting soaked to the skin. For what purpose? Fuck knows. Fuck knows. None, really. What was your deal? Why were you just sort of standing there? Just figuring out your new pathing, were you? I don't know. Might be a few bins around this way I've not looted yet, actually. Don't think I've been around the town hall much, so... I think there's 2 here. It's depressing how well I know the bin locations in this game. And there's a couple just like... there. I was going to say there's a couple right outside the town hall, but I did kind of forget these 2 were here. This is a really good hotspot for bins, actually. If you want to do some dumpster diving, this is the place to be for sure. Here and obviously outside the theatre. Which is honestly quite nearby, so makes for a pretty good sort of overall region to go lurking. Oh, come on, man. Do better. Admittedly, if you were looking for a drink in this weather, God has provided. You just sort of tip your neck back, couldn't you, really? But I'm sure these NPCs aren't aware of that. I'm sure they aren't aware of this epic life hack that I'm handing them. Maybe they are, who knows. That's 11, I believe. That chime of the bell. I mean, I don't know if I just like sleep till morning. It doesn't really seem like I'm getting much here. Doesn't really seem like I'm achieving anything at present. And it would be nice to be fully prepared for whatever the new day will bring. Have as much time to run at it as possible. Does seem like the bins have restocked though. I've definitely looted these two before. I don't know exactly what time they restock, but it clearly, unless that was midnight that it just struck, no, that was definitely 11. It might just be like, I was thinking they just like all reset every day, but it might be like a time-based thing, like you loot a bin and then like 12 hours after you loot it, it refills or something. Don't know if they have individual internal timers like that, or if they just all run off a master clock. Because those two I think I looted more recently, which is why they're empty still. So it would make sense. And if there's one thing Pathologic as a game loves to do, it's make sense. Never has it been obtuse or confusing on any level in any way. Not even a little bit. I knew exactly what was going on the whole time. I just played dumb to I can't even think of a compelling reason why I would play dumb. Maybe it's not an act. Maybe there was no playing involved. Maybe. Don't tell anyone that though. That's my little secret. Okay, I'm gonna head back to the Sabarovs and sleep. I know I can technically sleep in anyone's house, but I feel like if I'm gonna have new quests come the new morning, it'll probably be from them, so I may as well be in the right locale. This isn't the pub, is it? No, this is that one weird building that isn't anything. I hate this one so much. I believe I have tried lockpicking it. Maybe I haven't, actually. I might have to try that at some point. I'm fairly sure I just couldn't get into it at all, like under any circumstances, but maybe I'm wrong. It has to serve a purpose at some point, though. Surely. In one of the campaigns, there must be some purpose to that weird, unique-looking building with a sign outside it, you know? Because it's the same sign that the pub has, as you can see. But obviously the pub, you can walk into it, well, I won't say any time, but many time. Many time you can walk into it. Hello, folks. Mr. Barkeep, I would like some booze, please. I am clearly an adult person, as you can tell. Nice that they are willing to barter with me despite my reputation. That's useful information, because they do sell a couple of remotely useful things. Shame they don't sell food or medical supplies, but...
There's nothing to talk about.
Am I seeing double? I thought there was only one pair of twins in this town. This looks like a fun place.
What?
You're bothering me. I want to be alone. Bothering you? That's odd. Hello, lady. Yeah, that's it. Look me in the eyes while you dance for... Well, not my amusement, clearly. I'm a small girl. Can't you tell by my voice? This is the voice of a small girl. Presumably you're dancing for his amusement, because no one else is, like, even remotely looking in your direction. Maybe you're just doing it for yourself, you know? Maybe this is about your empowerment and your personal decisions to take control of your own sexuality in such ways. Like, go you, honestly. Go you. Me? I'm gonna go sleep in the house of my newly adopted family who I met about 16 hours ago. Don't mind me. I literally just saw my reputation tick down. I saw it happen. I witnessed it. It hurts. It hurts to see that happen. This is going to be a hell of a fucking campaign, man. That reputation hit is going to suck. Okay. Sleep for 3 hours.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theatre.
Fuck. Interesting thing about this attack is it has a lot more range than it looks like it has. Also, those other ones died in 3 hits. This one is not dying in 3 hits. Maybe my god hands aren't as powerful as I thought they were. But... oh. He dropped a knife. But I can't use it. Okay. Am I okay with taking that hit I took? Is my health up? My health's fine. Yeah, fuck it. We'll accept that hit. We're going to head to the theatre, see the mime performance. By the time we've done that, maybe fought a couple of knife guys on the way. Hopefully, a new day will be dawning and we'll be able to see what awaits us. See what fun thrills and spills there are to witness here in the town of... the town. The town doesn't have a name, right? I'm not just being like a complete dumbfuck here. Like I've played through this game twice now. I'm into my 3rd playthrough. And I have not, to my knowledge, heard a name for this town. It's just a town. It could be any town. It could be your town. It could be my town. It probably isn't. My town doesn't look like this. Nor is it clearly set in, like, I don't know, the 1950s or whenever this game's set. My town is set... I was going to say my town is set in 2023, but that's definitely not true. This is Little England we're talking about. That wasn't the most successful side strafing I've ever done. It's a good thing I just saved, really, isn't it? Very good thing I just saved. There's 2 knife men around here though, so that's going to be a nice net gain for my reputation and my money if I'm able to get through them without getting too massively knifed up. If she can't use knives though, I'm willing to bet she also cannot use guns, so all combat that she does in this game is going to have to be very slowly smacking things to death with her limp little child wrists, and that concerns me, honestly. How... you don't side strafe, do you? Sorry, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. You don't side strafe. You turn and you run. You run to the right or left in order to avoid the knife throw. These are the sort of things you just need to practice, you know. It makes perfect. It unfortunately hasn't become like instinct at this point. I'll have to remember the fine details of how to play this video game. Throw a knife at me. I'll be running this way. My impeccable knife avoidance strategy appears to have failed me. What could this mean? What could this mean for me? I think what it means is I'm going to have to try and find some way of line of sighting the knife throw. Does she move slower than the other? She doesn't feel like she moves slower than the other characters. But that definitely hit me when I feel like certain it shouldn't have. Okay, that worked. Okay. Yeah, it does have surprisingly decent... I have more range than he does, actually, which is wild. It's got to be the only video game where the player has more range than the NPCs. There we go. I think headshots do work as well. That's worth remembering for sure. Where's the other knife guy? I want to get him in my sights before I save. He was at this crossroads, I think. It's possible he might have been killed, but I don't think there's anyone on the streets who could kill him. Yeah, there he is. I think only... I think dudes, male pedestrians, civilians, whatever, will fight back against him, but unless he aggroed like a bunch of them at once, I don't think anything is likely to kill him at this point in the game until guards come on duty, which is a little ways into the game. It's about day 3 or day 4, I think, something like that. So for now, I am the only justice. I am the sole vigilante stalking the streets. I am the knight. I am, well, definitely not Batman. Definitely not quite that impressive. But I am capable of slapping men to death, so I mean, I think I deserve something for that, right? Batman doesn't kill anyone, I kill loads of people, so, you know. Now who's winning, Batman? If anything, I'm the better Batman. If anything. If anything at all. This is definitely not the way to the theatre. I was getting sidetracked there. See if these bins have restocked. I definitely looted them once before, but you never know. Also, my reputation has climbed a little bit higher. It's definitely over 50% now. So maybe this shop will be willing to accommodate me in some small way. Yes, okay, brilliant. So, bread is... Whoa, hang on. I stand corrected. Nothing is cheap. Is this because my reputation's low? Does having a low reputation affect prices? Or is it just that in the Changelings campaign, fuck you, you're not buying anything for cheap. Fuck you. You've mastered this game now, you've played through 2 campaigns, you are an expert in Pathologic, so we're gonna make it even harder. We're gonna punish you even more for daring to play our video game. Guess I'll keep trying to scrape that reputation up. Where am I going? Theatre's there, man. It's there. I completely lost. For some reason, I thought I was still back on the right-hand side section, and I was crossing over to the middle section, even though that was absolutely not the case. There's another knife man up here, though. Profit. Actually pretty happy to be finding more of them. I can deal with them quite easily, it seems. Like, just running backwards and spamming left click is quite effective. Has Clara? Here, take a knife for me, mate. Oh, for fuck's sake. Did I save? I didn't save, did I? So I guess we're accepting that. We're accepting the hit. Sometimes they happen, you know. Beautiful. Wow, you had shit loot. Expect at least 500 coins. Ooh, okay, that makes up for it a little bit. That compensates a small amount. See what prices are like in here. I have no real need to buy medicine right now, but I'm just curious. Sating my curiosity. See, they're not that expensive. But food apparently really fucking is. Which is a shame. But what are you gonna do, I suppose? The economy sets the prices, you know. If the market has dictated that that's how much a loaf of bread is worth, then who am I to argue?
Today, the killer was identified. Its nature turned out to be completely unexpected.
The enemy is found and named. It's called the Sand Pest. The contagious plague is threatening to ruin everything here.
How can a killer like this be punished? How can a villain like this be struck?
He can't. It's impossible. By pulling a knife on it, you'll just cut an innocent body.
I think I should go. Nothing to be done here anyway.
You should go. Go then. Wherever you please. Shoo!
I really wish the characters in this game had distinctive enough voices from one another that I could easily understand who is meant to be talking in those sequences. I guess it doesn't really matter, like, the plot is being delivered regardless of who it is who happens to be saying it, but I don't know, it would be nice to have a bit more context on, you know, add a little bit more personality to each of the characters and everything. But there we are. I assume that body was meant to be that of Simon Kane. He's dead, don't you know? Simon was dead to begin with. Dead as a doornail. But not really my problem, is it? I'm gonna save, because that music tends to mean one thing and one thing only. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Did you really aggro on me? Are we really fighting? I guess so. How the fuck did you... That was very unexpected. Like, I don't know how he aggroed on me from so far away and through a wall, but... I guess they can see through those walls. Because, I mean, they are quite literally see-through. Honestly, yeah, these hands are pretty good, just because they definitely have more range than a knife. They may not do as much damage, but it's so much easier to kill knife guys without taking hits. So much easier. It is a shame they didn't end up being the all-powered god hands that they were implied to be from those few fights I did on day one, but I guess those guys were pre-injured for whatever reason. Not quite sure why, but yeah, is what it is, I suppose. Ooh. Don't get me wrong, water bottles are nice and all, because, you know, it's quite helpful to have an endless supply of medical supplies, but every time I find anything that isn't a water bottle, anything at all, I get just a little bit excited. Ooh. Aware there's a knife guy up ahead, by the way. I'm just letting him do his thing for a bit. If he wants to kill a couple people, maybe provide some extra bonus loot for me, then you know what? I'm not here to ruin him having a good time. Where did he go, though? Presumably he's chasing someone. Someone fled and he went after them. I don't know where the fuck he went. I was actually kind of looking forward to killing him, getting the reputation boost and the loot, you know? Oh, there he is. You went a ways, my dude. You went a ways. Throw the knife. Throw the knife. Okay, the knife missed that time. I don't know what I did differently that time, but this guy does not like the openness of this area. He feels like he has to step on every square inch of it. I think the allocated pathing routes, the navigatable area allowed to this dude is smaller than this open field implies, and it's confusing him. If I were to take a guess at what was going on there. Ooh, that was a bit more like it. The guy was a bit more generous with his supplies. My reputation's getting almost acceptable. It's not going to stay that way, I know. I really need to take full advantage of this murder spree. I can't afford to be awake as much during the day as I'd like to be, because I really need to just be up all night killing, which is a bit awkward. Obviously most of the plot is delivered during the day, you know? Quests to do and shit. But my reputation went down. Maybe rapidly isn't a fair term, but faster than I'd have liked it to, you know. It's nice that in the Changelings campaign, reputation is actually a thing that you have to deal with, though, honestly. Like, it did seem like a fairly redundant start. Like, there was a couple of times where stuff happens that drops your reputation and you have to build it back up again in the other campaigns, but, like, other than that, it was largely a non-entity. Really just a means of stopping you from just murdering the entire town all the time, because, you know, free stuff. But as Clara, yeah, you actually have to focus on it quite a lot, it seems. It does a lot to differentiate itself from the other two campaigns already, honestly. Even if most of the things it's doing is just making the game mercilessly more difficult, but I'm fine with that. As I say, I'm a little bit of a seasoned veteran at this point. I did kind of coast through Dankovsky's campaign, perhaps a little easier than I should have been able to. We should really buy those walnuts, if nothing else. I mean, what else am I going to spend my money on, right? It's a lot of money to be spending on stuff, but, like, I can't really think of a better use for it other than buying food so I don't die. How much do I need for the fish? Another 300. Can I make 300 easily? Sell a bandage, that's fine, yeah. Yep. Pleasure doing business with you, pal. Enjoy your bandage. I got it off a drunk. I'm sure it'll be very sanitary and very useful to you. And the time is, ooh, nearly morning. Nearly morning, I believe 7 o'clock. For some reason I always assumed it was 6. I think it is 6 in most games, generally heralds the coming of morning. But I'm pretty certain it's 7 in this, when things start happening, so we'll just hang out a bit until then. See if we can maybe sneak in a last couple of knife man kills, if I can hunt any down. Really is a case of just keep walking around and hope you stumble into them. There's not really any strategy to it, any system. Speak of the devil. It's a bin to loot. Let's do a quick save, you know, just for old time's sake. Keep him distracted, dude. I'm applying the slaps. There's a special backstab animation there, did you see it? It's very cool. I don't know if it increased my damage or just, you know, took longer to do in a really cool way and actually was just as much damage as normal. The guy seemed to go down pretty quick, but he was also getting punched by another man, so, you know, who's to say? Come on, give us one more. Give us one more before the day's out. Just one more. One more. Look, my reputation's so good now that it isn't even appearing on screen. It no longer feels the need to be tracked. That's how good my reputation is. The game just takes it as read that I'm a cool guy who everyone loves. And why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it, realistically? What's there not to love? Don't answer that. Please don't answer that. My ego can't take it. It's very knife light around here. Ooh. I'm just casually throwing away a gold ring. I don't mind if I do. I don't know how well they sell. I know you can trade them to the older girls in order to get bullets, but I don't think bullets are particularly useful. So I don't know if I'm better off trading the gold rings for bullets and selling the bullets, or just selling the gold rings flat out, you know. Worthwhile investigation to do, I think. Doesn't look like I'm going to find another knifeman anytime soon, though. That's 6 o'clock, I think. Yep. Come on. Come on, it's still night time. Spotted. Target sighted. Oh, and he spotted me as well, apparently. Oh no. Be careful not to hit these dudes who are just sort of walking in my way. Got him. Didn't even kill this handsome gentleman. I saved a life today and I'm proud of that. Think we can get another one in? No one's ever described Pathologic as having a just one more sort of mentality before. It's never been a game where oh, I just have to get one more in, but right now? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. The great hunt continues. Where doth the vulgar men lie? I'm gonna feel these hands. Feel my divine retribution. Get karate chopped in the spine by a child and literally die from it. That is what video gaming is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. I had to chop that guy in the spine for not giving me any bandages. This guy's getting lighter. My time is short. But I'm gonna find another one. Believe it. Have faith. Have faith. Even got time to stop and loot an empty bottle out of a bin. And they wonder why the plague is spreading. That's not a water thingy. Thought it was. It's just a wagon that looks a lot like one. Hey, I told you I'd find another one. I told you. You didn't believe me, did you? You're like, Joe's never going to find another one. Not at this time. But little did you know, I'm clairvoyant. Really just committing to the character, you know? Beautiful. Thought the best way to get in character for this role was to actually gain magical powers, so I did. Thank you. You know, say thank you to the nice ones, you know, the ones who actually provide what I'm asking for. That's how you get a good rapport with your customers, you know. Build up a good customer service, a good client relationship. And they'll just keep coming back, getting some of that sweet, sweet water in exchange for their dirty, dirty rags. And they're making on the deal, to be honest. And they won't find out till much later that I, you know, just found a discarded water bottle in a bin and filled it with some stagnant water I found at the side of the road. They don't need to know that. That's a little secret just for me. My secret recipe. The secret Coca-Cola ingredient, you know. Is it 7 o'clock yet? I've not heard the dong yet, but I was sort of, well, what have we here? I missed. I hit. I just love how that, like, genteel little karate chop just geysers blood out of this guy's spine. It's truly impressive. Thank you. I don't think we're going to find another one at this point. I think we're done for knife guys for the evening. What we're not done for is day 2 quests. I feel it. I feel them coming upon me. I sensed its presence. And next time on Joe Plays Pathologic, the Changeling discovers her just judge skills simultaneously converting into the true faith. Look out for that. I'll see you next time.